Help versus saving, the decider of your future as a high-ticket closer. What's up? It's Josh Lyons here. If you don't know who I am already, as a high-ticket closer, I built my income to over $100,000 a month in commissions, and I then went on to train top sales teams in the industry like Alex Hormozi's Gym Launch sales team. In this video, I'm going to talk about what I believe is the most important distinction, not between a bad closer and an average closer, but between a bad or average closer and the top 0.001% of closers. And the reason I have this clarity is not because of a belief or a hypothesis or just some personal opinion. It is because we, my underground mentor and myself, have the good fortune of gathering data on high-ticket closers that no other sales training or mastermind is capable of doing. And here's why. The mastermind that we run is set up in a very different way to normal sales trainings. For example, normal sales trainings, you see some marketing. It's telling you that you're going to become better at sales by learning this WYSIWYG thing. And then you hop on a sales call and you get closed into the program. We don't do that. We don't have a sales team. We don't close people. We tell you the price up front and you can freely decide whether you want to join or not. Now, why is that so important? Well, because the data that we gather is authentic data that anyone who chooses to come into our program, into our mastermind, has done so off their own accord. They haven't been closed into it. They haven't been manipulated from some marketing and then, closer closing them. And why is that so important? It's so important because it means that the data that we gather on who is successful, why are they successful, is only based on a free choice, completely free will, that someone can come into the mastermind and take it for whatever they want to take it for. They can come in and completely waste the opportunity, or they can come in and they can completely transform their income, the way that they sell, the enjoyment that they have with selling, and who they are in the process. And so we have data that is completely genuine data without any bias. The second thing is our mastermind, because of the investment and because of the caliber and standard that we hold in there, is not a mastermind for people that want to be average, for closers that want to settle for middle of the road. So what does that mean? It means that we have data that is curated in the ecosystem of maximum success. That is what we've built. People come in there, into that group, into that mastermind, into that environment, into that sales training to become the best. So we have the data on the people that free willingly choose to join and then go one of two directions. They quit. They can't handle it. They can't handle the standard. They can't handle the key thing that I'm about to tell you in a minute, which is the divider between those that become the best and those that stay average. And we have the data on the people that do make it. We have closers inside the mastermind that are making $50,000 a month in commission. We have people that have gone from setter or triager all the way up to closers making $35,000 a month. We have the data on this is the road that takes you from average, middle of the road, to excellence. And along that road, some people make it and some people don't. They cannot make it. And so this is the most important distinction of those that go all the way. Help me versus save me. I'll say it again. Help me versus save me. Most sales trainings, through their marketing, and again, because of the fact that they're closing you with some objection handling and all of this and hiding the price until, you're rinsing yourself out with pain and suffering that you're like, oh my God, I feel so bad about my situation, I have to buy. Most sales trainings in their marketing and their closing process to bring you into the sales training, they are selling you that they are going to save you. You suck at closing. You're getting a bunch of objections. You're not making the amount of money. If you do this with us, we'll save you. We will save you. And if you join a program, a mastermind that invites you in through that premise, they just stole your money. They just robbed you. Because whilst you may get some initial gains, you may make some financial progress, the most foundational, most important thing that you can develop or be assisted in developing is self-sufficiency. The ability to solve your own problems. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have help. I had a mentor that helped me solve almost all of my problems as a high-ticket closer, but he didn't do it for me. In fact, there were many times where I attempted to get him to help save me, not help, to save me. And he basically just told me to fuck off, because he knew that if he ever stepped into that realm of, hey, let me drag you with me, let me save you, what he would actually be doing is stealing from me and robbing from me the identity, the self-worth, the belief that I can actually be my own kingdom. As it says in the Bible, the kingdom of heaven is within. And so on one hand, we have sales trainings that try and tell you that they're going to save you. And all that is doing is killing the most vital life force inside of you, which is your ability to go on your own hero's journey. Now, on every hero's journey, again, there is a mentor, there is a guide, there is someone helping you, but they don't fight the battles for you. They don't pick you up when you've been beaten up and you have to choose, am I going to get back up? Like Rocky said, it's not how hard you hit, it's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That champion, Rocky, wouldn't have been created if when he got hit, his coach comes along and says, oh, I'll save you, I'll pick you up. No, when he's on the ring floor, the boxing ring floor, blooded, sweating, depleted of energy, and he's almost losing consciousness, and he's having this vision thinking, do I get back up? Do I? He had to make a choice. Do I want help or do I want to be saved? And that is a choice that determines whether you become the best, a legend, or whether you just get stuck being middle of the road and average. So on one hand, you have the sales trainings that are actually sales trainings / trainers that are misleading you to go down this road of being saved. And it's twisted, it's corrupt, it should be illegal, because you're actually making people more incompetent, more downgrading their beliefs in themselves, more dependent on, I always need someone to come in and save me. If I pay my credit card, if I pay the investment, I'll get saved. It ain't like that if you want to be a legend. It isn't like that. Anyone that tells you otherwise is lying to you and stealing from you and robbing you. So that's the sales trainers. On the other side of things, we have the individual closer's mentality. Going into a sales training or anything in life, looking to be saved, or investing in training, help, mentorship, guidance to get help. In other words, I'm going to carry this log. I'm going to carry this weight. I'm going to raise up the chalice. I'm going to pull the sword out of the stone like King Arthur did. But I'm going to do it on my own. But I want help to make sure I'm going in the right direction. I'm not making more stupid mistakes than I need to make. I have access to gifts and powers and magical spells or skills that can assist me on my way. I want help, but I don't want to be saved. Because every time you are saved, you lose the value, the significance, the pride, the belief in yourself that's like, fuck, I hit that roadblock and I had to face the monster, but I did it. I did it. That is what makes a master closer, is that confidence, that conviction, that certainty, that absolute unquestionable belief in themselves that, yes, I had help, but I never had someone save me. And I never chose for someone to come along and save me. I would never make that choice. And so if you're going into any type of sales training, thinking that I'll just go in with all my problems and just ask questions to have someone come in and take all of these problems away from me, you are never going to make it to the top, to mastery, to the place where you can make so much money and change your life so categorically and change who you are so unrecognizably that you are living your dream life. You will never get there if you keep seeking being saved. You will only get there if you seek that I'm going to go into the challenges head on, I'm going to attack them, and when I make mistakes and I regroup and I think and I reassess, I seek my mentorship, I seek my help. This came about because today I woke up to, as we do most days, another new enrollment into the Unicorn Closer Mastermind. And a guy literally just joined, and having only put his intro post into the community, into the private group, he already asked a question. Oh, I'm struggling with this on my sales call. How do I fix it? And there is nothing wrong with asking questions, but it's the intention behind the question. Do I want help or do I want to be saved? Do I want someone to come along because I've paid my investment and just take away all my pains, take away all my problems, take away all my challenges and all my struggles? Or Do I want to make the investment so that as I'm going on my own hero's journey, I have access to tools, resources, network, assistance, guidance, but ultimately I'm always the one carrying the weight and getting smacked down when things go wrong, and then I have the choice whether I get back up again and go another day. And so I'm not singling out this one individual because there are an infinite number, a massive percentage of high-ticket closers and business owners, high-ticket offer owners, and sales managers that make this deciding error that will forfeit your ability to ever go down the road that leads to your greatest victory, the life of your wildest dreams. And so I'm not singling out this one guy because we've had other members in our mastermind. I've been in other masterminds before where I've seen other salespeople do it that are not in our mastermind. There are a number of closers that instead of going through the program and asking for feedback and for guidance and for help, instead of going through the program and taking the action items and doing the work and doing the training and turning up to the live calls, they just join the program and think, oh, I'll just send out all my questions, all my challenges, and just get someone to come in and save me because I've paid my investment. Even if that happened, if I just turned around and said, right, here's the answer, all I'm doing is training this person or these people that do this, you, other high-ticket closers, to be dependent, to always seek someone, mummy and daddy, to come along and save your ass. And that makes you weak. It makes you frail. It makes you vulnerable. And it makes you hate yourself eventually, or you're so sedated that you don't even realize. Is that what you want? Do you want to be pathetic, that you just need someone to save you all the time? Or do you actually want to go on your own hero's journey with a guide, with a mentor that's helping you, but nobody's saving you? Nobody's doing the work for you. This also happens on sales calls. And it's why I became such a good closer, is when a prospect would be almost begging for you to save them. Oh, is there a guarantee? Is there a guarantee? What if something happens? No, there's no guarantee. No. Now the prospect is like, oh, well, what if it doesn't work out? I don't know. So you're not going to try? You're going to do nothing for the potential that it doesn't work out? Right? I would never save my prospects. They have to save themselves, and I am inviting them to a space on the sales call where they can make that choice and they can see the reality. And I set the frame up in a way where they actually thank me at the end of the call for taking their money and doing so in a way where they become stronger in who they are rather than become weaker in who they are, which is what happens when you objection handle someone. You saved them. You came in and wriggled them around in some stupid word track that now the prospect's like, well, I kind of have to buy because I'm logically binded in the thing that you're telling me with your word track. But I didn't empower myself as the prospect to step up to the plate and to do the work and to choose a higher identity and to choose a more powerful version of myself. That's why I don't teach objection handling, because I teach how to run the discovery the right way so that the prospect actually chooses to level up their own belief that they can do it. And they don't need someone, mommy and daddy, to come along and save them. Or the closer to be their fucking best friend. Oh, everything will be okay. Yeah, if it doesn't work out, we can just refund you. Fuck that. All you're doing is making weak people when you do that. Same as if a sales trainer in their marketing or sales process is trying to close you and tell you, hey man, listen, do you think the reason that you're not where you want to be with your commissions every month is because you don't know how to do objection handling? Or you don't know the right tonality? Well, if you join this program, we'll teach you the objection handling and the tonality and we'll save you. We'll fix it for you. We'll make sure that disappears. No, they're telling you that they're going to save you with their little trick, their little gimmick. Don't seek being saved. Seek helping yourself and getting help, getting assistance, having the right path, the right roadmap, the right treasure map. But don't ever seek someone to come along and take the journey out of your own hands and live it for you. Because you've got one life. And at the end of your life, the biggest regret you're going to have is not actually going the path on your own, independently, living your own life. Yes, you have mentorship, you have help. The thing that's going to rot you when you take your last sips of breath and last air is thinking, I always kind of just wanted someone else to make it better, make it easier, make it quicker. You're going to hate yourself. You are going to hate yourself for doing that. So going back to the story, this guy, which I'm not singling him out, he came in, he made the post, he asked for help, and I had to say to him, the question that you've just asked, if you'd have gone through module 1, instead of spending your time asking to be saved and asking a question, you would have actually found the answer. Because every problem that you have as a high-ticket closer, I've already solved them. because I got all the way up to the point where I was collecting cash, not revenue, $1.12 million per month on a 14K offer. So I wasn't selling some B2B super high price thing. And I was making over $100,000 per month in commission. I did that because I guarantee you, every problem you've ever had as a high ticket closer, every problem you currently have as a high ticket closer, and every problem you will ever have as a high ticket closer, I've already had it and solved it. And that is why instead of coming into anyone's training, anyone's mastermind, and asking questions before you go through the plan, go through the training that's been laid out for you step by step to solve every problem that you've ever had, do have, and will ever have, just go through the program and get the help rather than jumping in seeking to be saved. It will save you time, it will save you money, but more importantly, it will save your own self-worth. It will save your own self-confidence that you've actually gone into a program where you have to do the work. You have to take the action items. Don't just send questions, just ask me to pick and choose little solutions to everything that's currently going on. Do the work. Go on the journey. Go through the path of mastery. And on the other side, you'll have the riches. You'll have the ability to sell at the highest level. And more importantly, you will be so proud of yourself, of who you were. And so the difference, wrapping this up, between average closers and bottom of the barrel closers and the top 0.0001% master closers is they don't seek being saved. They just seek help, because you will never become a master closer if every time you join a program, or every time you are going through an experience, instead of doing the actual work, you just seek external mummy and daddy to come along and just take the problem away for you, take the pain away from you. That's why bad parenting is literally doing that, allowing your children to become soft. No, you have to love them, but at the same time, loving them is being like, listen, you need to do this on your own. Otherwise, you'll never learn. And not only will you never learn, you'll become dependent. You'll become a little amoeba that is just destined to die because you are vulnerable. You are incompetent. You are incapable of doing anything on your own. So this guy joined the mastermind, posted the question, and it just was so important for me to record this video to all of you high ticket closers that have not ever seen the difference between asking for help versus asking to be saved. So I urge you, I invite you, I hope that from now moving forward after watching this training, whether you join anybody else's program or whether you join the Unicorn Closer Mastermind, make sure that you're joining a program which has been honest to you from the front, that there is work involved and we are not coming to save you. We will give you the plan because I've been there, I've done it. I had to go through all of these things myself. But joining this program or someone else's program is not a release from you having to do the work that you need to do. And so if you're in a program right now that has sold you that lie, I recommend that you look up the definition of sunk cost fallacy. Simply means that every day, week, or month that you stay in a program that is taking you in the wrong direction, actually making you weaker and worse because you made an investment, you are making a cognitive bias error because you're actually going in the wrong direction. It's like saying, I bought a train ticket, I'm on a train that's going in the wrong direction, but I've paid for the ticket, so I better stay on. So no, you get off at the next stop. If you're going to join a program, think about what I just said. Don't join a program where the marketing is telling you, or the fact that you're going to get closed on a sales call with a bunch of word tracks, that they're coming to save you. Join a program which is telling you, hey, we're not coming to save you. We will help you. We will guide you. We'll give you feedback. But we ain't saving your ass, because we want to build legends. And legends don't seek being saved by mummy and daddy. And as I said at the beginning of this video, this all comes from data. We've got the mastermind that has the data on this is the place to become the best. Some make it and some don't. And those that make it are the ones that go through the modules, the training, the live training that I provide alongside my underground mentor who trained me, taught me everything I know about sales and life. And as they're going through, they ask for feedback on things or guidance on things, or I'm a bit stuck, can I have some help? I'm a bit confused. They don't just jump in and relieve themselves and put themselves into a position of ignorance that someone is just going to fix it all for them. Okay? So I saw that today. I've seen it before. I don't want to see it again, because I want any of you watching this right now to have the opportunity to live the life that I got to live through mastering high ticket closing. I was able to pay for my sister to go traveling around South America. I was able to pay for health challenges that my mum was facing. I was able to live in the villas that I've always wanted to live in, travel on a jet, buy crazy things. I'm not even wearing my AP, but buy watches that are more expensive than your car. And I say all of that to simply say that you can have that if you don't seek being saved. Because every time you seek being saved, you push down and down and down and down, and you degrade your own sense of self-worth. So enough. Don't do that anymore, and you'll be able to live the life of your dreams. I'll see you soon.